Carver Arena, Pepperdine 7-2, Bradley 5-1. Here's a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Malibu, the Waves, under the direction of Paul Westfall. Starting lineup for them, Jesse Pinniger is listed as center. There's Glenn McGowan at the forwards. Dewara is 6'7", 225, so more of a forward actually. And Alex Acker and Marvin Lee at the guards for Pepperdine. For the home team, the Bradley Braves, Patrick O'Brien, the freshman at center, Marcellus Somerville at forward, Tony Bennett, Jeremy Crouch, and Daniel Ruffin at the guards for Jim Les and the Braves. We will have the tip-off come 65. They are fourth in the Valley, according to that ranking of record and strength of schedule. We're just about ready to tip things off here. Bradley leads this series 2-1. The Braves beat Pepperdine here 2 years ago. Jim Les's first game as head coach, 95-81. That one in overtime. And it looks like Pepperdine opens in a zone. Lob to Bennett, and it's blocked away by Dewara. Did not play against Bradley a year ago. He sat out 17 games after transferring from the College of Southern Idaho. He puts up the first shot for the Waves, and Acker grabs the rebound over Ruffin. Tries to get it to McGowan, and now saves it back in bounds. Marvin Lee off the glass and no good. Braves quickly the other way. Crowd on their feet here tonight. The Braves will be very patient in the half-court offense tonight, Joe.
Right. They don't want to get into a running game. They like to play a little fast when the opportunity's there, but they do not want to run a gun against the Waves. They can put up points in a big-time hurry.
Bennett's pass stolen away by Lee. Acker inside, stolen back by Ruffin. Daniel Ruffin, the team leader now in steals. And it'll be Bradley's ball with a new shot clock.
Pepperdine's last game at UCLA, a game they should have won, really. They got out-rebounded 41-23, and really their Achilles heel was at the free throw line as well, 8 of 15. They lost by 2 points at Pauley Pavilion. Through the season so far, 9 games, they have not rebounded very well, and they haven't shot free throws very well. So if one of those two continues to be true tonight, it'll be tough for them to win here.
Somerville was open for a moment after the screen, but didn't take the shot. Crouch the long three. Top of the key, in and out. Pinniger the rebound, stolen away by Bennett. Somerville buries it.
Nice play by Tony Bennett. Stuck his hand in there, made the clean steal. Somerville cashed in.
Braves on the board first. We played 2 minutes. Dewara drives the lane. Lefty shot is no good. Bradley, if that initial break isn't there, Jim Les wants them to spend 20 or 25 seconds really working the defense and looking for a breakdown by Pepperdine. Bennett for 3. And Paul Westfall quickly takes timeout.
Well, Paul Westfall, who's coaching his 100th game tonight as the head coach of the Waves, he's a little perplexed. I mean, he wants to start off with his own. He wants to dare the Braves to shoot from outside. He wants to control the tempo, but I don't think his players really like playing at this speed. I mean, I am not so sure he's not going to go to a man-to-man here just to speed up this tempo a little bit. Here's Bennett, and he has been shooting better lately. Against Butler, he had a good night from the outside. Against DePaul, he made some key shots from the 15, 17-foot range. And there he is on the board for the 3.
Former NBA coach with the Suns and the Supersonics. Say hello to shut-ins watching tonight, hospitals and nursing homes, and special hello to Shirley Beecham at Pekin Manor. 5-0 Bradley. Acker tries to answer. And the Waves have started off cold. They're not used to this Midwestern weather here tonight, maybe.
Well, in contrast, there's Bradley speeding things up by pressing full court. Crouch on the floor again diving. O'Brien on the floor diving. These guys look like they took 10 days off and are rejuvenized.
Jim Les, his third year, 32-35, 1-1 against the Waves. We mentioned the win in his head coaching debut here 2 years ago against his Pepperdine program. Crouch is open for three. Doesn't get the shooter's roll that time. Bradley had the rebound. Now McGowan has it. He can make those. Didn't that time. Now the Braves try to take advantage and extend that 5-0 lead. Bennett's three is no good. Now the Braves getting into that run and gun game a little bit, settling for that quick shot.
Just a little bit, but the defense takes over.
Bennett ahead to Ruffin. Daniel Ruffin makes it 7-0 Braves.
Bradley looks like it. It'll take the fast break. It'll take the tempo. They're starting off man-to-man. They're going to quicken the pace a little bit.
Acker from the free throw line. He averages 16 points a game.
And he's their leading rebounder at 7.6 from a guard position. Man-to-man now for the Waves.
You can expect the Braves to change up a lot defensively as well tonight. Ruffin gives to Bryant. He's fouling to go to the line. Excellent job by the Braves to get the ball to the big man early.
Well, we talked to Jim Les before, after yesterday's practice, and he said, don't be surprised if the Waves beat our guys one-on-one. We're going to have to really go to help defense.
The end of the game, Joe and I will pick the Heritage Bank player of the game. Heritage Bank, locally owned and managed since 1920. There you get a look at the 7-footer. Patrick O'Brien, 19 of 22 at the stripe this year.
Had 2 rebounds tonight. The ball didn't come below his shoulders. He caught that pass from Ruffin. Ball stayed up and then went in the hole.
He completes the three-point play, and it's 10-2 Bradley. Good start here in the opening moments of this ball game. We played just over 4 minutes. It's Kingsley Costain, number 10 now, in for Pepperdine, wearing the orange road uniform.
And now Bradley goes zone. They mix it up.
Acker pull-up. Oh, and a whistle. A whistle against Bradley. Goes against Tony Bennett. That's the first on the Braves. Acker will go to the line. He's a junior. Paul Westphal doing a good job, as does Jim Les, getting the local kids. 5 LA area kids on this Pepperdine team. Same for Jim Les and the Braves. Acker's from Compton, California.
One of the few Waves that actually does well from the line. He's 20 of 25 this year, 80%. As a team, Pepperdine shoots 67%. And as I mentioned earlier, against UCLA, they were a frigid 53% cost of the game.
Acker makes both free throws. It's a 6-point Braves lead. Inside, O'Brien. Over Hicks, who's now into the ball game. And O'Brien will go to the line again. Russell Hicks is a freshman from Niagara Falls, Ontario. The area where Bradley spent some time in the preseason when Jim Les took his team up north for a 5-game swing through Canada, exhibition games.
Undoubtedly paid off because a lot of these guys got 10 extra days of practice together. They had not played with each other. So many new players on the roster this year.
O'Brien misses the second. He has 4 points. It's 11-4 Braves. 15-19 to go here. First half. It's a mismatch down low. Dewara guarded by Crouch. Quickly ahead. Picked off by Dewara. He's had a couple of steals tonight. To McGowan. Fouled by Bennett, and he gets the basket. So that's 2 on Bennett. That's not good. The basket doesn't help Bradley, and it'll be McGowan at the line for the 3-point play as J.J. Twy checks in for Bennett, who has to sit with 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, everything started with the turnover that time, the long pass, the aggressive pass to Somerville, and then it was intercepted and came back the other way. Waves did a good job with the fast break. There's the bump. Not much, but enough. Good call. Very easy call.
McGowan's from L.A. And Hicks got up, knocked it off the shot clock. It'll be Bradley ball.
Waves were picked third preseason in their conference, the West Coast Conference, behind Gonzaga and St. Mary's. Had a losing record last year, 1 under 500. They're expecting big things this year, and so far so good, 7-2.
The man-to-man this trip. Inside again to O'Brien. Blocked, they said. And Hicks comes away with it. The Bradley bench wanted a foul there. Hicks also a 7-footer. He tries to post up O'Brien. McGowan, tough shot. And O'Brien had the rebound, and now he's fouled by Hicks.
Not a good matchup for the Waves, having Hicks playing O'Brien. I mean, they're both freshmen, but O'Brien just played so well early and got everything down so far. He looks like a veteran.
Hicks has to sit down with 2 fouls now. Number 50, Gerard Henry, into the ballgame now for the Waves. He's guarding O'Brien this trip down. He's also a freshman, 6'11". Crouch into the lane, tough shot, doesn't go. Crouch, one of 4 Braves, averaging double-figure scoring, 10 points a game for the freshman from Pekin. DeWara goes around the double team, kicks it out to Costain, who drains it. Kingsley Costain, 6 points a game for the Waves. And he makes it a 2-point ball game.
And he shoots 41% from three-point range, so he can't leave him that wide open.
Ruffin thought about it, drives, kicks to Twy for 3. It's off the mark. Waves can tie it here or go up with a 3. That shot's no good. DeWara gets it and scores over Crouch. Another size mismatch there. DeWara goes 6'7", and he's got the reach on Crouch, who's listed at 6'5". Michael Rembert checks in, replacing O'Brien.
We have not seen Michael Rembert too much. He has played just 7 minutes.
Rolls in for Somerville. It's a 3.
Don't see many fall-away threes, but as we mentioned in an earlier broadcast, he has got the strength to make that just a normal jump shot.
Now, we talked to Ronnie Wright on the Jim West show this week, and if you listen to him talk about Somerville and the work he's done in the weight room, he's added a lot of strength since coming here. Acker's 3-pointer is off. Rembert wants it inside. He posted up so well the last time down, I thought it was O'Brien. He did a nice job. They just couldn't get the pass to him. Acker almost comes up with the steal. Shot clock's at 10. Somerville for 3. It's good again. Sellis now 10 of 18 this year from 3-point range. And he puts Bradley's lead back up to 6.
Right, he came in shooting 50%, which you'll take that all year long, obviously. Now he's hit 1 from the corner, 1 from the top of the key. And McGowan's been on him, too.
I think that's about 56% now after those 2 makes tonight. And a foul inside goes against Bradley. That's on Crouch. That's to McGowan. It's a great matchup tonight. McGowan, who a lot of people think have NBA talent. Marcellus Somerville, who will undoubtedly play at the next level one way or the other.
Well, McGowan is averaging 19.6 per game, points per game. Somerville came in at 19.2, leading Missouri Valley Conference in scoring. So this is a marquee matchup here in December.
Yowara with the first. 6'7" senior. We mentioned he's originally from Paris. Went to the College of Southern Idaho, then transferred to Pepperdine last season. (17-13) after the 2 free throws.
Danny Adams in the game now for Bradley, bringing the ball up the floor.
Inside Somerville. And he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Which is also something he does a lot. He's been fouled 42 times, Lee. I don't think you knew that. 42 times in 6 games. That's 7 times a game that just he gets fouled.
I did
Here's
know
a pass
that.
from Ruffin. There's a head fake, just like Chet Walker used to do. Boom. 2 free throws.
Averaging 7 free throw attempts per game. And shooting it well at 72%. Here's our first look at Lawrence Wright tonight, a California guy. Junior college transfer. He replaces Rember. Somerville already in double figures. That's 36 now out of 38 career games. Bradley puts on the full court pressure.
He's also the biggest guy on the floor now for the Braves.
And Pepperdine goes right inside. Looked like Danny Adams got a lot of ball. He's whistled for the foul.
This Pepperdine team, I mean, they average 77 points a game through 9 games, and that's against teams like Wisconsin, UNLV, UCLA. I mean, they play some good competition so far, and they are as fast from the hash line into the basket as they are from coast to coast.
We mentioned Diawara did not play against Bradley last year because he was out after transferring, but he ended up being all West Coast Conference, averaged 19 points a game after joining the Waves, and he hits both. Check that, he made 1 free throw. He's got 5 points. 19-14, the Bradley lead. Somerville almost loses it. Now Wright corrals it and hits the 3. Jim West didn't just let him shoot with the guards yesterday at practice because he wants him to start, as you mentioned in the last game, Joe, inside out.
Right.
Boy, he makes the first
Get a feel
shot
of the game. Get a feel of the game in the paint, and move your game outside once you've taken a few shots and things like that. That was pretty good though off the bat.
So much for that theory. He's just 3 for 7 from 3-point range this year. Pinniger can make that shot. He hit 4 of 4 in a game. It's one of Swede's lines whenever he sees me.
Heck of a rebound here by O'Brien, just back in the game right now.
Bradley's lead is 6. Ruffin tries to get an opening and does. Ruffin had 13 points in Bradley's last outing against Butler. Inside, and nice reverse move by Gerard Henry, the freshman out of Kansas City.
Pretty good athletes on both sides tonight.
Interior pass right up strong and scores. He's a tough matchup.
Yeah. You can't put a big guy on him because he's too quick, and you can't put a little guy on him because he just jumps over him.
Scoring coming fast and furious. It's tough to keep score tonight. Inside to McGowan. Triple team, Twy knocks it out of bounds. Be 14 on the shot clock for the Waves. Yeah, you missed the Jim West show if you didn't watch. It was at 5 o'clock. How about this move?
Nice pass inside, nice catch. Went up strong. That's Lawrence Wright, 22 off the bench.
Here's a look at what else is going on in the Valley tonight. Illinois State won in Chicago, 73-67. Indiana State lost to Ball State, 65-59. Evansville taking on Purdue. Wyoming's at Creighton. Wichita State visits Tulsa tonight, and Southern Illinois is at Southeast Missouri State.
Some of those old Valley rivalries, Wichita State, Tulsa, just won't die, and they shouldn't.
I'm jealous. I'd like to go to Tulsa. 7:35 left here, first half. Braves up 8. Inside to Henry. O'Brien almost takes it away from him. And the shot clock went off. That's right. It was at 14 when they inbounded.
That's the 5th turnover for the Waves. Bradley at 50% from the floor, 9 of 18. Pepperdine is mired at 35%. Getting a taste of that Bradley defense here in Carver Arena. The ball didn't like it. Butler didn't like it. Now the Pepperdine is struggling.
O'Brien wants it inside. Henry does a nice job of swatting the ball away. He was Defensive Player of the Year in Kansas last year. Big number 50, 6'11". 23 left on the shot clock for BU. Somerville, the three. Air ball. Right on line, but didn't quite get enough. Acker spin move, no good. And the rebound to Dewara puts it up strong, block from behind by Somerville. Roughing to Twy. Swing it around, right, nice through the lane, up and good. What a nice move by the junior college transfer. He's got 7. And it's a 10-point Bradley lead.
And that's a shot, Lee, as we see the foul call on the Braves. That's a shot that really has to be banked. But you're not going to make that off balance up in the air like that, just swishing it. You can be off a little more if you bank it. Good shooters will tell you that, especially right-handed shooters from the left-hand side.
Nice play by Wright. Somerville whistled for the foul at the other end, his first. Had 17 fouls on the Braves, just 4 on Pepperdine. Crouch and Bennett come in, replacing Ruffin and Twy.
And Jimmy Les is not really rolling the dice here, saying, well, here's 2 starters back. They each have 2 fouls, 6:35 left. But after watching Twy and Ruffin play so well, I mean, he knows he can bring that combination back. Danny Adams, too. So it's not really a gamble here, throwing these 2 guys in with 2 fouls each with this amount of time left in the first half. He has people to go to that he trusts.
Dewara misses the second. He's got 6 points. Braves lead is 9. 6:30 to play first half.
Bennett will now take the point. Crouch is at the 2 guard. Wright goes underneath as a small forward.
And Somerville turns it over that time. Dewara on the break from Acker.
There's the Achilles heel for Mr. Somerville right there. That's 30 turnovers now for him on the season. And we played just 20% of this season.
That is one area he struggled at times.
Last year he had 90 turnovers. So he's got a third last year's total.
Shot clock at 6. Crouch. Shot was 4 on the clock. So that's a couple of fruitless trips down the floor for the Braves. And Pepperdine tries to take advantage. He can't. Acker walks.
When offense
6
gets
turnovers for them.
Yeah, when the offense gets out of whack, I mean, it's time to get the ball to Mr. O'Brien underneath. Braves have made a conscious effort to get the ball to him in the last 4 or 5 games, turning the offense inside out. Goes into him, and everything else flows out.
Paul Westphal talking to the officials, and they're explaining that call. Paul said, they never called that on me.
He never went that fast.
USC grad. He was mentioned for the USC opening, but Rick Majerus got that job. Right, the air ball. Bennett saves it, throws it off Costain, and it'll be Bradley ball with 7 on the shot clock. Hopefully the Braves are aware that the shot clock did not reset and that they have to get a shot here quickly. Crouch was aware. Didn't get the roll. He's 0 for 5 now tonight.
Get him down, get him down, get him down.
Under 5 minutes to go now, first half. McGowan launches one. Acker follows it up. He said he's their leading rebounder, and he got the offensive rebound. Went down to the wire. Bradley led by as many as 16 in the first half. And here's what McGowan did to them with 2.4 left. The last second attempt by the Braves was no good, and they lost a toughie on the road, 81-80. There's Mr. McGowan, the guy that beat Bradley a year ago.
Back door on Somerville that time as Marcellus was overplaying him defensively.
Crouch down the lane, and the foul before the shot. Pepperdine a little out of control that time. They turn it over. Ruffin back in for Bradley. Lawrence Wright will take a seat after 7 quick points off the bench.
Daniel Ruffin averages 35 minutes a game after 6 games of his freshman season. And that is a load.
Ruffin, Crouch, O'Brien all average over 20 minutes as freshmen. That is unprecedented at Bradley. It's happened. Paul Joe D'Alfonso back at Carver Arena. Lawrence Wright giving the Braves a lift off the bench.
He had 7 points, played very well. He's a California dude. He's looking to do well tonight in front of Paul Westphal. Waves aren't liking the Midwest. 36% from the floor, 1 of 7 from three-point range, 60% from the line. It's cold, baby.
I'm telling you.
It's not Malibu.
No. Like you said last game, the view's a little different here. Somerville for 3. Bennett almost. Oh, he wanted to throw that down bad and just couldn't get it. Now he's open for 3, and it's good. Tony Bennett from Chicago Westinghouse with his second 3 of the night. Henry missed the dunk and lost it out of bounds.
Well, Marcellus had a lot to do with that. He challenged it all the way to the rim. Great defensive play by number 15.
Tony Bennett all of a sudden with the 3-pointers. I don't think he made one until the Butler game, and now he hits 2 tonight. (31-23) the Bradley lead. Ruffin, free throw line jumper is good. And O'Brien was there if it wasn't. 6 for Ruff. And it's back to a 10-point Bradley lead. Ties their biggest lead of the game.
It's 14 three-pointers hoisted up by the Braves so far in this game. We've got 2:47 remaining. That's trending towards 30.
Dewara.
Short. Bad shot.
Oh, just a second too late by Crouch. O'Brien wanted it, and then he spun, and then that's when the ball went in. Well, he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, Jeremy looked away for a second, so O'Brien said, "It's not me." He turned away, and that's when Crouch threw the pass. I think they'll get better at that before their careers are over.
Both off to incredible starts. So is Daniel Ruffin, the steal. Look for Bennett. Couldn't connect that time. And McGowan is frustrated as he sings that pass to his teammate Castaigne. Quick shot.
It's one and done for the Waves now. Last 3 fifth down the floor.
O'Brien. A little long on that shot.
Well, he didn't catch it cleanly. When you don't catch it cleanly, you probably shouldn't shoot it.
Dewara is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. O'Brien with his first foul of the night. Dewara with his 8th free throw attempt of the game already, Joe.
Well, he lives in the paint. That's why that little free throw line jumper by him the last time down, that's not his game. He's a layup guy.
Here's another look at Tony Bennett's 3 a moment ago. Couldn't throw down. All right, we won't see it then.
Tony Bennett's been around the rim as much as any big man tonight, either on lobs or putbacks. That's twice they've lobbed for him in this ball game on purpose.
Dewara has 10 points, now 6 of those at the free throw line. Minute 30 to go. Braves up 8. Bennett again, that one won't go. Crouch the rebound. O'Brien had it, couldn't put it down, and McGowan jerks the ball away and shakes his hand. Dewara, no good. Henry. Now they're going to get Crouch. And that's going to be 3 on Jeremy.
Right. Played almost 6 full minutes with 2 fouls after he came back in the game with Daniel Ruffin. And he's going to have to sit out these last 55 seconds. And so is McGowan as he comes out for the first time tonight.
He's kind of shaking his hand. Look, he's kind of holding his right hand up like he hurt his thumb, maybe. Ryan Adams in. Crouch sits with 3. Tony Bennett comes out.
Here's Crouch in with the big boys. Getting his 3rd foul. Bennett comes out because they don't want him to get his 3rd foul.
Jawara tapped the free throw, miss over Somerville. And now a 3-second call on the Waves.
That's a tough call. He's going to explain it right here.
Paul Westphal is as animated as you'll ever see him, I think.
Well, Sid Rothenberger, the referee, came over and said, that's a book rule. There's still 3 seconds. You can still call 3 seconds, and Westphal was all over him. He's been in a few games.
Steve Morris, Sid Rothhofer, Rob Kruger are officials this evening. Former Mayor Maloof watching quietly from the sidelines as the Braves lead it with 41.3 to go here, first half. About a 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Somerville up and good, count it. And the junior from Peoria High goes to the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
And that's Rothhofer, the referee. He's making that call from right in front of the Waves bench. And he's counting the basket. He's calling the foul. McGowan comes in here right in front of us. But there's still a dialogue going on. And Westphal, I think, has a great point. He says, we can't go for a loose ball. He said, we can't go for a loose ball in the paint. I can't get over that.
Let it go, Coach.
I don't think he's going to reverse it now. That's true. But I think he was wrong on that one.
Shot clock is off. Bradley's lead is 10. Marvin Lee has it at midcourt. Jawara for 3. Way off. Bradley has a chance here. Somerville almost throws it away. Ruffin gets it. Alley-oop to Danny Adams. He almost got it. 4, 3. Acker with 2. Now 1. It's good. If it goes, then it did. Bradley had a chance and got
Second half, I like Bradley's chances to build upon this lead and stay on top.
Jeremy Crouch with 3 personals for Bradley. He had to sit there for a while. No other Brave. Let's see who had. Tony Bennett has 2. Nobody else with more than that. And it's been a tough go here tonight for Jeremy Crouch, who's had a wonderful freshman season up to this point. Jeremy 0 for 6 from the field, and he's really playing against the big trees tonight, too. He's kind of in a mismatch defensively.
Well, the thing about Jeremy Crouch is that he's not taking worse shots than he was when he was making them before the break.
Right.
He's still taking the same shots. They're just not falling. They will.
Pepperdine turns it over on their first possession. Bradley with a chance to capitalize here. Bennett steps in. That's a 3 try. It's no good. Bennett reacted and followed his shot, but Somerville was already there for the offensive rebound, and the Braves will reset.
That's one of those plays that Jim Les was talking about, that they're going to turn down the first good shot. He couldn't believe it was that wide open on the first pass in the offense.
The night.
Here's that entry pass. He's got him pinned.
Yeah.
McGowan got the tip that time, but it came right to Marcellus, who finished.
He made a heck of an athletic play to get the ball. Missed the free throw. 14 points for Somerville. 37-30 Braves. Pepperdine beat Wisconsin when they were ranked 17th earlier in the year. Here's McGowan going up strong and fouled by O'Brien. And that's 3 on Patrick.
Well, they've made a conscious effort to go right after Bradley's big freshman here to start the second half. They've got to get either here or Somerville out of the game, and it's going to be O'Brien. And we got a story to talk about right now, Lee.
Yep. Brandon Heemskirk will make his first appearance of the season. The big 7-footer has missed the entire year with a broken bone. You can see, boy, he's got some kind of bionic device on his left ankle.
Well, we don't expect him to run fast. We don't expect him to score a lot of points, but he's got to eat up some space and take some fouls.
And he comes right in and grabs a rebound.
There's his first rebound.
McGowan 1 of 2 that time. And it's a 6-point Bradley lead. Ruffin. Pull-up jumper's good. The former Central Lion drained that one. 39-31. Ruffin with 8. Jim West told him, be patient. The offense will come for you. He was frustrated. About 3 weeks ago, Jim sat him down and said, your offense is going to come. And it's coming lately. Acker the miss. And he gets it to McGowan after it was tapped around. McGowan now coming alive.
Tapped it on purpose. A tap pass underneath in traffic.
And you got to believe that with the weapons this Pepperdine team has, Bradley's not going to be able to keep them down the entire game.
Oh, no. I mean, if they can go into UCLA and play as well as they did, as Somerville draws a foul on his counterpoint, and they're not going to be real odd, shock and awe coming in here. I mean, they're a veteran club. The whole front line are seniors. Acker's a great player. Coach has been around.
2 team fouls on both the Braves. And Pepperdine, nice inbounds play. Bennett scores the easy one.
I haven't seen a play like that since Joe Stoll was the head coach here.
I knew you were going to say
that. That was beautiful.
8-point Bradley lead. Acker in the lane, travels. He's had a pretty tough night, too. 4 for 10 from the floor.
Coach Stoll used to say, if I can get the ball 4 feet from the basket and position my people any way I want, which you can on inbounds play, why can't I score on that 50% of the time?
We've had this discussion. That's makes a lot of sense. Well, it was a nice play.
It's hard to argue with that.
Well, why would you?
Joe's got a birthday coming up. He's
right. Christmas Eve.
Right.
Ruffin's open again. He's in double figures for the second game in a row. Daniel Ruffin with 10.
Hey, that's 3 times tonight he's made that shot, just going so fast from left to right. It just pulls up. A nice soft shot from 15 feet.
Right at the free throw line. He's owned that shot tonight. 5 for 7 from the floor. Pinniger the 3. Diawara chases down the long rebound. Heemskirk gave Diawara a little bump across the lane that time. Acker threw it over the 7-footer. That's a heck of a shot.
It really was.
Sometimes you just got to take your hand off to the guy that makes the shot. And that's one of those. Heemskirk's open. Hey! Brandon Heemskirk gets a big hand. His first bucket of the season.
Well, he started practicing full boat here just right after finals ended, and he ran the floor. We saw him on the court, earlier than that, but that looked pretty smooth.
Nice lift. And nice defense that time. Heemskirk made Diawara adjust his shot, Joe.
That's right. He's definitely in the flow of the game.
Ruffin for 3. It's good! Paul Westphal has to take time out. Daniel Ruffin with a 3 that puts a knife in Pepperdine's heart.
The Panic Rack. I'm Gary Moore. Thanks for making News 25 your home team.
Time now for greatest moments in Bradley history, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. December 8th, 1997. Big Ten opponent Michigan arrives in Peoria. Braves came up short in overtime the previous year in Ann Arbor. They were looking for revenge and got it. Adebayo Akinkele with 19. Rob Dice 16. Braves, a huge win in the regular season here, 63-58 over the Wolverines from Michigan. Trying for another non-conference win here tonight, Joe. 10 straight non-conference home wins. Last time they lost on the home floor was 2 years ago tonight to Central Michigan.
Right, Chris Kaman, who's now in the NBA, was the stalwart on that team for Eastern Michigan. But since then, Bradley has run the table against non-conference competition.
Been close at times.
Yep.
McGowan missed them both.
Like a turnover.
He is 1 for 5 tonight at the line. Wright gets his own rebound, puts it in. Lawrence Wright with 9 points. He averages just under 10 points a game. Braves almost with 5 players averaging in double figures.
This game is getting out of hand for the Waves right now.
And you can tell McGowan is frustrated. His body language, he's barking at his teammates, whatever he could do to stay in some form of shape or another. Wright got the rebound, he's fouled, and the Waves are pretty frustrated, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you, 2 games ago, Bradley held the ball to 2 of 16 for 3-point range. That's 12%. And then Butler came in here 6 for 18, 33%. That's combined at 8 for 34, 24% defense from 3-point range. And right now, Pepperdine is 2 for the Knights from out there.
2 for 11. Yeah, and that was after giving up 41% from 3-point range in the first 4 games. So the Braves have really cleaned that up, as Jim Les says. Right over the back after the Somerville miss.
So it's not like the Waves can use that as a weapon to get back in this game, because they have found it tough going from outside, and I think that's going to continue. Bradley is conscious of their outside shooting. They're not bad at it, but they're having a tough time tonight, and you just can't turn that on when you want to.
Braves up 15, biggest lead of the night. Griffin leans in. McGowan bounces it off Somerville. It'll be Pepperdine ball with a new shot clock. Somerville is 5 for 9 from the floor tonight, shooting 58% his last 3 games. Playing the D on McGowan that time. McGowan lost it, fell back. Braves get it. Bennett nowhere to go.
Good patience. Let's just start over. 17 on the clock.
Ruffin another behind the back move. He made one of those against Butler that got to number 8 on the ESPN top 10 plays of the night.
Right. Thank you to Daniel Ruffin, but to Bobby Parker also. And speaking of top 10s, there's Dick Versace, the former Bradley coach, next to baseball coach Dewey Calmer on his right, our left.
And Dick, one of Coach Versace's former players here tonight. Big Mike Williams.
Right. Saw him before the game.
Inbounds to right. He's fouled by Jarbo and will shoot 2 at the line. Jarbo, a former football player at Brown, and he played defense like a football player at that time, didn't he?
Big Mike Williams was one of 2 seniors on that team with Jim Les, 1985-86, ran the table in the Valley en route to a 32-3 season. Lost in Hawaii, lost in the finals of the Valley tournament, and lost in the NCAA. That was it, that team.
That's right. They lost to Tulsa on Tulsa's home floor in the Valley tournament. Wright misses the first free throw, 59% free thrower, missed them both.
And ho-hum, we're stuck on a 15-point lead.
Dewara ridden out of bounds by Heemskerk, but that's not bad. I mean, he's got fouls to give, and that's why he's in there right now. Joe.
That's right. And, if he gets tired, throw Sam Singh in there. Put Rembert back. I mean, the Braves have a little bit of depth in the post right now. You start with 2 7-footers, and you go from there.
McGowan goes to work against the double team, and he's fouled. Lawrence Wright whistled for the foul. Wright is trying to get this Division I basketball thing figured out. He's had some real flashes of brilliance, really carried this team at Northern Illinois. But Jim Les looking for a little bit more consistent effort from the junior college transfer. He's got an incredible amount of talent. It's just putting it out there every day at practice and proving he can do it day in and day out.
Yeah, when he played junior college, he could jump over people, score when he wanted to. It came easy for him, and now it's not that way. I mean, he's got stiff competition, every day, games or practices.
McGowan cuts the lead to 13. Nice screen. Somerville open, can't get it right. The rebound. Has it swatted away. Looks like somebody might have gotten a hand on that. Lee Hall, Joe D'Alfonso back. Lawrence Wright. If at first you don't succeed, get your own rebound.
That's right.
Follow your shot.
Braves have 8 of those in this game, and they're down in the rebounding battle right now, 33-31. But as advertised, McGowan and Somerville have been the pillars of each team. McGowan, Glenn, for the Waves, 9 points, 10 rebounds on his way to a double-double. Somerville for Bradley, 14 points, 9 rebounds. He will also have a double-double before this night is over. And those from the NBA here tonight taking notes are going to like both of them. And there are some.
Waves show a little pressure. Well, Mitchell Anderson was here not long ago scouting for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now he's been promoted to assistant coach.
A post he had at one point with the Grizzlies.
Nice pass. Wright throws it. Oh, my goodness. Wright throws it down. Is he okay? Boy, he hit the floor hard.
He landed on his back and hit his head flat on his back, and a hard foul was called. A flagrant foul was called. And we're going to get the explanation here.
Take another look. Oh, he landed right on his back. Bradley trainer Eric Redmond out to look at Lawrence Wright. Thank goodness he's getting up under his own power. Boy, that's awfully scary. He's going to be a sore young man tomorrow. What an outstanding play. We mentioned a moment ago, when he plays all out,
Well,
he's unstoppable. Marcellus Somerville can't stop him in practice.
well, you and I don't get hurt like that because we don't get up that high. I mean, he dunked the ball from a standing position after the great feat by Daniel Ruffin that time. And I heard the explanation on the foul. The ref official comes over here and said, by rule, on a foul, on a dunk, it's going to be flagrant. And that's why Paul Westphal, the Waves coach, really couldn't argue too much because that's how it's written. You foul on the dunk, it's going to be flagrant. So Bradley's going to shoot free throws and get the ball back. I don't know who's going to shoot him.
Not those guys. I don't think McGowan was necessarily trying to hurt him.
No.
But that's scary.
Yeah. One heck of an athletic play to catch it and go up like that and dunk it. And he had no chance of laying on his feet that time. So watch it one more time. One-handed.
Oh.
And you knew that it was a splatter when he came down like that.
Wright will shoot 2 at the line. 59% free thrower, makes the first. He had 4 triple doubles in junior college. Points, rebounds, and blocked shots. He can elevate.
It's a 4-point play.
McGowan's got 3 fouls. That is a 4-point play. How about that?
Pretty rare. Bradley trending.
Especially on a 2-point bucket.
Bradley trending to a 20-point lead here.
13 now for Wright off the bench. McGowan is now guarding O'Brien. Jarbo, the reserve, guarding Somerville.
Other way.
Whistle down low, goes against O'Brien, trying to get position. Jim Les doesn't argue. He calls O'Brien over to give him some encouragement, tell him what he did wrong. That's 4 now on the freshman.
He has 6 rebounds tonight. One block, a little over 18 minutes. He'll give way to Heemskirk once again.
He's off to a fantastic start, Joe, but things are changing. Teams are paying attention to him now where maybe they weren't earlier.
Absolutely. No, he's part of the scouting report, front and center now.
Robert Turner into the ball game for Pepperdine. He gives it inside to Dewara. Jarbo, not much offensively, but he scores that time, his first bucket of the night.
Good pressure by the Waves this time. Waves get it to Somerville. Always goes in the middle of the floor when you're trying to break pressure like that. Give it to a guy who can catch it, and then hand it off.
Somerville just short. Turner thought about swatting it out of there, but would have been called for goaltending. McGowan wants three. Not sure you want that shot right then, but he can make the three. He's hit 11 this season. Rough and down low. How about that? 5'10". That's what he's listed as anyway.
That takes courage right there. That was ball control the whole way.
15 for Ruffin. That's career high in his young Bradley career. And that matches Bradley's biggest lead, 56-39. Fouls on Heemskirk. He's got three.
That's three on him. There was a bump before the shot, no question. Steve Morris right on it.
Dewara 6 of 9 at the line tonight. Al Biancalana, Bradley assistant there with Jim Less. Now 6 of 10 at the line. He apparently did not watch the Jim Less shooting clinic on the Jim Less show. Or he'd be a better free thrower than that. He's got 11 now. J.J. Twy in for Tony Bennett, who hit 2 threes in the first half, has 8 points on the night. Under 10 minutes to go now. It's all Bradley, 56-40. Nice diagonal pass there, like you mentioned, Joe. Get it to the middle of the floor.
Right. That time in the guard's hands, even better.
Somerville into the lane. Foul. It won't go, but Somerville will go to the line.
Fouls are piling up now. That's 9 on each team.
And we mentioned earlier about Somerville averaging 7 attempts per game at the line. This is his 5th free throw attempt of the night. Paul Westphal searching for answers.
Well, he's made one decision. He's not going to go the rest of the night with Marvin Lee.
He's disappeared.
8 minutes in the first half and has not seen the floor in the second half. This is a kid starting a guard, start all 9 games, averaging 25 minutes per game, and he has not seen the floor in this half.
McGowan, oh, the crowd wanted to walk. Looks like he kept his pivot foot, though. Go inside to Dewara. Somerville had it. Heemskirk on the floor. He got it away. Somerville thought about the one-on-one move, but the Braves work it, and now a foul on Heemskirk away from the ball, and that'll be 4 on Heemskirk. Illegal screen.
Yeah, they're going to ride him as long as they can ride him.
Will we see Sam Singh before the night's out?
I'll tell you what, I don't want to see Brandon foul out, but if he does, he's going to get quite an ovation when he does, or if he does.
Well, how about a 7'1" guy diving on the floor? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Little scoop pass. Wait a long time, got on the floor this year. He's got to do some things like that. And he had a couple of rebounds and a layup. He's made a couple of Waves shoot over him. He's done exactly what he was supposed to do in there for the amount of minutes he was given.
Gives Bradley another body, and any scoring he gives you, I think, is a plus.
Bonus points, absolutely. 18-point lead, 9 minutes to go. And the last time out, the first thing Paul Westphal told his team was there's plenty of time. There's a lot of game to go. Well, it's officially late right now for Pepperdine. 9 minutes to go, and Bradley's still feeling their oats.
.902 left in this one. Bradley a little token pressure. Now they fall back. Nice pass inside to Jarbo. McGowan with the assist.
Pretty nice play coming out of the timeout.
Go there, Max. You're good, you're good.
Bradley will work a little against this Pepperdine man-to-man. Third game of the series between these two teams. Both teams winning at home the last 2 years. Somerville, leading scorer in the Valley. He's got 18.
That was a little playground right there on McGowan. He turned him every which way and then made the shot from the baseline.
Nice pass again. Turner couldn't get it to go. Diawara couldn't come down with it. But McGowan with a couple of good passes in a row by the big guy. Somerville, no. Wright goes high up, puts it up, no good. Somerville gets the rebound. He goes up strong. He'll go to the line for the three-point play. Marcellus Somerville working overtime on the offensive glass.
Relentless pressure by the Braves on the offensive glass. Somerville, deep skirt, or you can't teach.
He's also got a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, the 9th of his career. That's, you know, I was looking in the media guide, and that's one of those marks, Joe, that, you know, they talk about the 56-game hitting streak and those kind of streaks, those kind of records that will never, ever be broken. 54 double-doubles by Chet Walker at Bradley. I don't think anybody's going to touch that one for a while.
No.
Maybe never.
No. And I think what we talked about is happening right here.
Mike Williams, former Brave, getting a big hand here tonight, recognized.
Heemskirk fouled out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were starting to get the ovation for him, and then Mike Williams took it over. But Brandon is now out of the game, and as we have seen now in college basketball, it turns into a 30-second timeout.
Heemskirk, a bucket, 3 rebounds. And he fouls out, but Joe, so many little things he did. They're diving for the ball, making people adjust their shots and miss. That aren't going to show up in the scorebook or the score, you know, the box score tomorrow when you look in the paper.
Right, right. There are hustle points. There are hustle rebounds. There is defense. We brought a lot to the table in the first game. And here's O'Brien pulling down his 7th rebound of the game. He's trying to stay in it with 4 fouls. But when you write about this game, you're going to talk about, you know, Somerville, obviously, Ruffin, O'Brien, maybe, but it's going to be Brandon Heemskirk is going to get a sidebar, I think.
Well, especially since you weren't sure even if he could play yet.
Oh,
I mean, he's practiced some, but Jim West said we're going to take it kind of day by day and see how he does, see how he feels, and then he comes out and gives you, how many minutes did he play? They don't have minutes listed, but he was
double-digit minutes.
Yeah,
I'll say that, yeah.
7:15 to go in this one. Bradley ahead comfortably by 20. Right, nice move. Nice move by Lawrence Wright.
Too quick for the big guy McGowan. We talked about that earlier.
15 points, his career high is 19 at Northern. McGowan answers at the other end. He's in double digits with 11.
To go along with 11 rebounds.
Bradley beats the Pepperdine pressure. And twice stepped out of bounds. Ruffin the miss. Somerville got the rebound. Pepperdine had a man down at the other end.
Yeah, he got hit in the head going for the loose ball, trying to get away from Daniel Ruffin. But the Braves were really in transition.
The forearm smash.
Right.
WWE was here a little earlier this year. .5:24 left, and it's
Coach Westfall couldn't get the timeout when he really wanted because the Braves were going towards the basket. If they had walked it up the floor or held it, then the official probably would have blew his whistle.
But as play continues, they're not going to stop play because the player's down.
Right.
.5:24 left in this one. It's Bradley by 18.
Of all the games that Pepperdine has played this year, the score that intrigued me the most was their opener against East Carolina. They got beat by 22, the Waves did. And I wanted to ask their SID, who's not on this trip, what happened in that game? I can understand Wisconsin and UCLA, but to get beat by 22 by a team that's unranked was a little strange. Well, Bradley's on their way tonight to post something similar.
Right. Well, tonight's game, only the second time all year that they were behind at halftime, according to what I read.
Yep.
So they were up on East Carolina at halftime in that game.
That's correct.
UCLA last week was the first time they trailed at the half all year.
This is the second of 6 straight games on the road for Pepperdine. UCLA was the first. This is the second. They got 4 more to go before they return to the cozy confines of their gym overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
It's a heck of a view, I'll tell you that.
It is. But the gym, as our viewers saw last year, would only hold a tenth of the crowd that's here tonight.
Ruffin now with 17. That's why whistle for the foul. That will send Acker to the line. Both teams in the double bonus.
Here's that foul by J.J. Twy. Definitely stepped in, had his hands down. Easy call by Steve Morris of the Missouri Valley Conference. Paul Westfall wanted to know when this game got away from him. But it was in this half, after about 5 minutes, Bradley turned it on and extended the lead to double digits, and then went from 10 to 15 in a hurry.
Well, and one of the plays that you go to the glass a couple of different times, and just an effort play that you expect from a Jim Les team. That's saw Brandon Heemskirk on the floor. I mean, it's
a trademark. Back to Tom Les.
Yeah. Somerville turns it over that time. Waves in transition. Now, Paul Westfall will say, well, he was going up for the dunk. Why isn't that a... Or maybe he won't. Fouls on Rembert.
Here's a transition as you're supposed to do it. To the side, to the other side, dunk. But the foul prevented the 2 points. Good fast break that time from a fast-breaking team. Remember, they came in averaging 77 points. They're a long way from 77 right now, stuck on 50.
Well, judging by the tape we saw the UCLA Pepperdine game, I'm guessing they don't see this kind of defensive intensity a lot on the West Coast.
It's a different lifestyle altogether.
It's laid back defensively in basketball, too.
We'll get the ball back after you score sometimes is their way of doing things.
68-51 now.
All of a sudden, you're playing against 3 guys who were schooled by basketball coaches at Peoria Central and Pekin, respectively. It's not going to be easy.
What a job they have done. Marcellus Somerville, Daniel Ruffin, Jeremy Crouch. Not having a good shooting night tonight, but he's averaging 10 a game. Ruffin, Rembert the foul. Twy is there. He missed it. Rembert has it back. He's thrown into the front row.
2 guys go to the blocks, and he goes one-on-one. That's pretty high testimony for a freshman in his 7th game.
Rembert makes the first free throw. Missed the second. Somerville got a hand on it. 69-51 now. I mentioned a little earlier, Joe, this is the third game in this series. McGowan hits the three, and Jim West was asked earlier this week if he'd like to see this series continue, and he said, of course, we would love to see this series continue against a program like Pepperdine, run by Paul Westphal, ranked 5th in the mid-major poll. They'll drop a little bit in that, but that's the kind of teams Jim West would like his teams to play.
Well, with Rick Majerus giving up the USC job today, giving it back up, Westphal is now back in the running for that. He's the alum, so maybe we'll go 2 for 1 with Southern Cal starting next year. Stranger things have happened, like Majerus today announcing he's not going to take the job.
Rembert with the layup. Michael Rembert with 5 here in the second half. Acker launched the three and missed. Well, you had to wonder when he said he was taking it. I mean, he retired for health reasons, and then kind of wondered if that was the right thing for him to do.
I think someone just reminded Rick why he quit in the first place.
Well, after Majerus, you're right, Westfall's name is the one that came up. A USC grad. Had success right there in the greater LA area. Marcellus Somerville gets a big hand from his coach. Big hand from the crowd.
Deservingly so.
20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Another ho-hum night.
Well, I think he's going to, I'll be the first one to say it. Here it is December 18th. He's going to get a lot of votes for Player of the Year in Missouri Valley. He may not win it, but I think he's going to get a lot of votes.
Crouch the rebound, and he's fouled.
There's a rebound. Crouch fighting hard. Now has a chance to get on the board tonight for the first time. McGowan will lead the game during the free throws. His night over.
Jeremy, 10 points a game, but that's his first point of the night. McGowan comes out. 15 points, 12 rebounds, but not really much of a factor in this game's outcome tonight.
He worked very hard for both of those stats, Lee. That was the thing tonight.
Crouch makes them both. Up next for the Braves, a Tuesday night game here at home against Sanford. And Rembert gets the whistle. And then a week after that, it's the Valley opener in Omaha against the Creighton Blue Jays, off to a ho-hum 8-1 start.
Next to Tuesday
What new?
Next to Tuesday night's game and probably Christmas on Saturday. That's what these fans are waiting for right now, to see how this team is going to stack up against their peers in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Yeah, and on the road at Creighton is that's jumping right in with both feet.
Right. Although the Blue Jays have already lost at home this year against Kent University, so it can be done.
Lance Stemler, the rebound. He's a freshman from Waterloo-Jabot High School. Danny Adams back in for Bradley. Twy kicks it out to Stemler, who's a good shooter. A little long on that one.
Jim Les just mouths to his fivesome out there, what every fan just did. No fouls. No fouls.
Keep that clock running. Bradley will move to 6-1. The last time they were 6-1, 1987-88. Started 7-1 that year. Went on to finish 26-5 and go to the NCAA. Percy Hawkins' senior year.
Right. A guy named Hawkins was running around that year.
He was okay.
Not bad.
Minute 27 left, 73-56. Outstanding win for Bradley here tonight against a quality non-conference opponent. Bradley, as Twy rips the rebound away. Bradley just wanted it more tonight, I think, Joe.
Yes. I mean, they had a good game plan, and they came out playing hard. It's already evident that they are this team, this group is very comfortable on its home court. And they come out with a lot of energy. They start off games well. They don't finish halves real well, but they have a good game plan. And there's 10 guys that can step on the floor and help the cause.
Henry, a nice move. And he'll go to the line with 51 seconds left. A couple of walk-ons. Kevin Jones from Pekin and Montana Hireman, number 1, both coming to the ball game.
And it's good to see Mr. Rember back in rotation tonight and helping out. Looked like he's playing with a ton more confidence tonight than he had at any time this season.
Still no sign of Sam Singh tonight. Freshman big man. Adams for 3. It's good. Pride of Metamora knocking one in.
Must have thought he was playing against Washington. That shot came easy for him.
And he's got the Metamora colors on, too. Still to this day. Henry's bigger than every Brave out there, but Rembert couldn't score against the triple team. Adams will try it again. Stemler high for the rebound, hard to the floor. You got to like that effort with 5.7 left in an 18-point game.
Just going to say that. I mean, how about that effort with 5 seconds to go? I mean, they could run this out.
Now, these guys work so hard in the offseason, during the regular season. They work every bit as hard as the starters.
Well, rubber game to Bradley, 2 out of 3 against the Pepperdine Waves of the WCC.
Excellent win tonight for Bradley, Joe.
Yeah, can't say enough about up and down the roster tonight. Lawrence Wright coming off the bench, big spark. Starters did their thing. Heemskirk is a big story, obviously. And, as we mentioned options, there's more options. And it's good to have those coming into the last non-conference game and floating into the Valley season at the end of this month.
Unofficially, we've got Somerville with 20, Daniel Ruffin with 17, Lawrence Wright with 15. 15 off the bench for Lawrence Wright. And we are going to chat with the Bradley point guard, Daniel Ruffin, 17 points according to that. And that's what I have him for. So there's Daniel. Down in front. Down in front. Here's the stick mic right here. Can you hear me, Daniel? How about if I talk real loud? All right, now we'll just talk like this. Congratulations. Coach said he talked with you a couple of weeks ago and said, don't worry about the offense. It'll come to you. It's come to you the last 2 games. 17 points tonight.
Yeah, right now I'm just concentrating on my defense, and I think it's helping me out a lot. I'm getting more offensive looks. It's just coming along more. I think my offensive looks is just coming off of Marcellus, Big Pat. Those guys just concentrating on him, and me, JJ, and Jeremy getting more looks off of that.
Here's a nice play. You drive and dish. We didn't see a lot of Patrick O'Brien scoring tonight, but Jim West says the most important thing you do for this team is run this team, and you're doing that fantastically and getting the offense now too.
Yeah, I know Patrick didn't get as many touches as we'd like, but I give credit to Pepperdine's defense. I think they concentrated a little more on Patrick more than other teams. And I think Marcellus got going. it helped me out. It helped me to get going, and then I think everybody else just played hard and we played together, and I think we came out with the win.
Another Central High School alum had a pretty good game tonight. Marcellus Somerville, 20 points, 10 rebounds, really took it to their big guy. Talk about him a little bit.
Marcellus, you know, he's our best player by far. You know, we go as he go, and we just look up to him. I think some nights he's not going to have a great game. I think we just got to pick him up. We got to be able to do that as a team. And right now I think we're playing good together. I know he's leading us. He's doing the right things. And right now we're on a good page.
The thing I love about this team right now, Daniel, there's Marcellus, there's Patrick, there's you, there's Jeremy Crouch, there's Lawrence Wright. Of those 5 guys, maybe a couple others, 3 or 4 of them are going to have a good game. You can't stop everybody.
Exactly. You know, Crouch at the beginning of the year, he was knocking down all his shots. And you know, teams start to recognize that. And then it opens up more for me or Tony. And then once they start recognizing us, then Jeremy will come back. You know, it's hard to stop 5 guys. And, I mean, everybody's not going to be able to shine every night. And I think as a team, we understand that, and we play hard together. And as long as we play together, we'll come out.
Great win tonight, Daniel. Good luck. Way to go.
Congratulations.